Why don't I want children?
Yeah, because of having children, not only does the company not reserve our positions, but they also sideline us.
According to Chinese media reports, at the end of 2023, Hunan Province became the first provincial-level government in China to officially propose the closure of kindergartens in its area. This move foreshadows an impending wave of kindergarten closures due to declining birth rates. Population various impacts on China. Economically, accurate population data is crucial for economic research and policymaking. Declining birth rates could lead to a population crisis, with root causes being multifaceted and intertwined. The kindergarten closure wave is just the tip of the iceberg of demographic issues. Why are Chinese young people unwilling to have children? A young Chinese man shared his thoughts on social media, expressing that even by societal standards, he feels immense pressure. He mentioned skyrocketing housing prices, rising living costs, and the economic burden of child rearing. Additionally, he worries about his parents' health and retirement issues. Many Chinese netizens resonate with this, believing that under current Chinese societal conditions, many strive their whole lives for housing, reflecting the reality and pressure of society. Among these young people, Mr. Zhang holds a unique viewpoint.
Why don't I want children? As of now, I'm in good health. I don't have children because I can't afford to raise them. You might say, just eat simple meals every day, go farm in the countryside. Sure, if we had more than enough. But providing children with balanced nutrition, enrolling them in various extracurricular activities like piano, dance, English painting, swimming, and fitness, sending them to private schools, and if they can't get into top schools in China, sending them abroad for studies. If not private, then public schools. Others' kids are doing it, why not mine? After they grow up, buying them a big house, a car, and paying for their wedding, then expecting a chubby grandchild from them. If you can't afford it, no one is forcing you, right? Who's forcing you to raise them this way? If not piano, they can learn acting. Isn't that enough? As the saying goes, regardless of its usefulness, if others' kids are doing it, mine should too. Who's going to pick them up from school at 3:30 p.m.? Who's going to help with their homework? Cleaning the school on the 15th day of the lunar calendar, Children's Day, just saw a hot topic. Parents dressing up in cosplay. Let me tell you, the performance was really beautiful. Grandparents are responsible for taking children to and from school. Want to take the kids out for fun on weekends. Even though we live under the same roof, don't see my parents once a month. The company needs parents more than children. Until now, I feel like I'm not ready to be a parent. I'm still too selfish and immature. I still complain every day about the hardships of life. I'm far from mature enough to control him. Can I stop him from running around and making a fuss on the plane? Can I tell him not to bully his classmates? Can I treat him with equality? If I can't do that, I'm not worthy of being a parent. I find it hard to imagine after giving birth to a child. When he graduates from college, I'll tell him, I'll pass on to you the PPT skills and flattery skills I've learned throughout my life. Face life's challenges. Then I'll work overtime. If I'm lucky, my child will work overtime, my father will work overtime, and I will work overtime too. Back to my just paid off house. On weekends, we all gather together to figure out how to get my child a loan to buy a house. I saw a mother online saying, I've experienced it all as a mother, confirmed that life is happy, so I'm bringing you to experience it too. Let me tell you, the life that mother experienced is different from what I've experienced. If you want to experience it, go to her place.
Mr. Zhang's views reflect the fertility attitudes of many young people in China today. In situations where economic conditions are limited, many people face burdens such as mortgage payments, and considering having children would only add to their difficulties. Due to the inability of young people to afford houses, they may end up renting long-term, lacking stable accommodation, and the financial capacity to raise children. Additionally, in China, young mothers lack social security and support, which is also a significant factor. Meanwhile, in China, young mothers lack basic social security and social support. Ms. Wang is a member of this group of mothers. From her perspective, how does she view this issue?
Yeah, because of having children, not only does the company not reserve our positions, but they also sideline us, demote us, and force us to resign by cutting our salaries. The truth is, for moms like us, there's no guarantee for the various risks that childbirth brings. The truth is, being a full-time parent, in the event of divorce because you don't have a job, they won't prioritize grand custodies to you. The truth is, the endless nights, endless formula, endless diapers, and endless hair loss, endless laundry, endless household chores, endless tidying up rooms, and endless baby food preparation. In the end, all the exhaustion doesn't even earn you a simple thank you. The truth is, when your child gets sick, taking half a month off to take care of them leads to getting laid off by the company, losing your job. The truth is, the entire societal environment hasn't provided a green employment path for full-time mothers. The truth is, if I could choose again, I wouldn't even get married. The truth is, having a child reveals everyone's true colors. The truth is, we know our capabilities too well. Not only do we lack the financial means to support the education of 2 children, but we also don't have the energy to raise another child, nor can we endure going through the ordeal of being a widow again. Don't talk about having grandparents or mothers help out. We simply don't have the extra energy to deal with these complex family relationships. We are too clear-headed. After all, we are not made of concrete, we are human beings. We can't transform into someone everyone likes. Saying we don't want a second child is selfish. Talking about how 1 child is too lonely and 2 children keep each other company. Then I ask you, how much joy have you given your mother as you've grown up? You barely visit home twice a year. You haven't done much for your own parents. Can you still rely on your child?
According to a report by the National Bureau of Statistics of China, in 2023, only 9.02 million babies were born, which is only half the number compared to 2017. The number of deaths in 2023 reached 11.1 million, an increase of 500,000 compared to 2022. This means that the population in China decreased by 2.08 million in 2023, compared to a decrease of 850,000 in 2022. This indicates that approximately 3 million people decreased in the past 2 years. In 2023, the birth rate per 1,000 people in China was statistically 6.39. Since 2016, the birth rate has significantly declined, and in 2022, the number of births was lower than the number of deaths for the first time in decades, resulting in a negative population growth rate. Mr. Zhang and Mrs. Wang's personal experiences represent the challenges faced by their generation. Apart from limited financial means and burdens such as mortgage payments, the deteriorating economic environment has made employment difficult, resulting in low income and an inability to save. This situation has forced young people into a lying flat lifestyle, characterized by low aspirations, with actions such as not seeking relationships, not buying houses, not getting married, and not having children. Taking Ms. Wang as an example, young Chinese mothers bear extremely heavy responsibilities. Raising children not only requires spending money and financial resources, but also demands a significant amount of time and energy. Chinese families have long upheld the tradition of men work outside, women manage the household, with household chores such as laundry, cooking, and cleaning primarily undertaken by women. Additionally, childcare tasks such as caring for, picking up, and tutoring children are mostly handled by women as well. Currently, these household chores take up about 5 hours per day. In other words, women spend nearly 1/5 less time on leisure and career pursuits than men within a 24-hour day. Therefore, married Chinese women endure significant hardship. Becoming mothers adds even more to their burden, and mothers with multiple children face the greatest challenges. Meanwhile, the following key factors contribute to the decline in China's birth rate. 1. High cost of raising children. According to a research institution in China called the Youth Population Research Think Tank, China is one of the most expensive places globally to raise children. From birth to adulthood, it costs an average of $74,800 to raise a child, and up to around $94,500 until they graduate from college. This amount is equivalent to 6.3 times the current per capita GDP, ranking second only to South Korea and much higher than other major countries and regions. These expenses not only include financial costs, but also time and opportunity costs, as well as investments in healthcare, medical care, and social security, making it difficult for many families to afford. Number 2. Lack of social security. Frequent incidents of violence against children have led parents to lack confidence in their children's safety. In China, the media often report cases of children being abducted, sold, or harmed, forcing parents to constantly accompany their children, which is a significant burden in terms of energy and time. 3. Blind comparison and distorted educational concepts. Traditional Chinese culture values the belief of hoping sons will become dragons and hoping daughters will become phoenixes. Many parents spare no effort to pursue prestigious schools, famous teachers, and high-quality educational resources to help their children stand out in social competition. However, reality often leaves them disillusioned, leading them to be less willing to have more children. 4. Pragmatism prevails. Many people consider having children more for utilitarian factors, such as raising children to support them in old age, and more children, more blessings, rather than purely for the continuation of love. When children become the reliance of their parents' old age, this motive is often insufficient to sustain the family's enthusiasm for childbirth. Additionally, the COVID-19 pandemic is also an undeniable factor. 2 major COVID-19 outbreaks in the past 20 years have led to a rapid decline in China's population. In summary, many Chinese people, after weighing the pros and cons, lament that the cost, burden, and difficulties of having children are too high, leading them to abandon the idea of childbirth. Dear audience, what are your thoughts on the declining birth rates among young people in China? Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.